You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on a team from Conference USA, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. Fair catch called for and made. The Bears offense takes the field. And here he comes, the guy who pulls all the strings in this attack.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this offense. Always seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
Oh, look out. There he goes. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time, the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Fires to the big fella. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. To the ground to try to move the chains. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers offense will get the ball for the first time. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do. And you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
Got it in the middle, it's Thompson. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Pocket starts to collapse. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To throw, it's Mendoza. Makes the grab on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Tigers. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Takes the handoff. It's Washington. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Softened him up with a run, and now to throw. Finds his man. It's Parker. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. The Bears are on the move. Pulls it in. It's Osborne. Flying down the left side. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Baylor!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. And off to Jones.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Now they'll run it to the right here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, and to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Here's the handoff. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
And that was a creative play call, but a better defensive play to stop it for no gain. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Going deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Bears will call on their punt team. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Auburn to the line in a hurry. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. 2nd and 10 here. Trying play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jones. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. He wants to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Unleashes one deep. Throw to the end zone. Picked off. Looking for more room. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown Bears! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold them to 3, make them kick a field goal, don't let them score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Notre Dame is just getting blown off the field right now. I know a lot of people either love or hate the Golden Domers, but anyone would agree this is tough to watch. They're trailing by 17 to Miami. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Finds his big tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. And they got him for the sack. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll call for the fair catch here. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Here comes the offense on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense was on to something there. They were sensing screen might be coming up. D-line did a great job staying home, getting close to the running back and tackling him for no gain.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Turns it loose deep. Makes the grab on the left side. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big gain. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there on the Plains. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless in ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. The offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. On 3rd down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback will audible. Going up top on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Throwing right. Hauls it in. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Getting some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Gets it out fast. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Auburn sends out the punting unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Touch pass on the run. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They'll try to run for it. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42.
You know, you start day 1 of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a 1st down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll give it to him again. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He'll try the left side. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. He shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
The Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there, you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Catch in the middle, it's Kane. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Defense will always trying to get some tips. Break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Mendoza. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. A 3rd down try for the offense. He'll just keep slinging it. Grab near the marker. It's Thompson. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out.
And the ball is intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. But a little time, lets it go. The freshman just a little too much on that one.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Quickly complete. And the Bears will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. He's got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And after failing to get that fourth down, it just feels like this game is over. They are going to need a miracle. They're going to need a quick 3 and out. They're going to need a turnover or something to have any shot at getting back in this game.
The short hand, it's Bell. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They want to run this quarterback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Here comes the field goal unit. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Never a doubt. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Coming after it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
This time it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
They'll run the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. They're trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now through the play caller and certainly through the quarterback that you're going to have time to throw.
Auburn doing business in the red zone. From the gun on 3rd down. Spits it out to the back. Caught near the sticks. It's Jones. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And they spike it to stop the clock. Brings out the 2nd down and goal to go. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And he's got it! Touchdown, Tigers!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He'll start this drive firing. He finds a dead spot in the middle. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here in late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
To the air, it's Mendoza. Working the middle. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Double time, hustling to the line to stop the clock. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's
looking for the end zone. This is picked off in the end zone, but the officials are saying he was out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a huge break for the offense. Now this team has consecutive wins, and when you start expecting